So here's the problem. And nobody seemed to think this was a problem at the time, but it is. When, and I'm just saying this, a certain representative was first elected to Congress, she had on her personal website for her district a version of a then pending congressional action concerning Medicare for all, as well as another one concerning recognition of a particular community. And in the version that was on congress.gov, there was a particular kind of formatting. But in the version that was on her website, certain areas were highlighted and I believe even underlined in green font. The color had changed. It was green on her website. And my concern was that she knew that members of the Green Party had been subordinated, bonded, and green bonded to members of the Democratic Party during and following the 2008 election campaign season. Nobody said anything to anybody. And in this last election season, I watched how Texas Republicans did exactly what would have been needed to subordinate, bond, and traffic members of an independent or third party using strategic cases filed with the state court that lacked any actual merit, but that the judicial branch allowed to be entertained and gave a very high level security in regards to by writing a formal opinion. There's no way, I believe, that those Texas Republicans that put their name on that specific filing, who identified 43 members of the Libertarian Party and blacked their addresses out as if it was a criminal petition. There's no way I don't believe. There's no way I believe they didn't know exactly what they were doing. And I tracked it. And there were some very long term Treasury issues and very questionable activity going on by the state of Texas at that time. And I believe something was done comparable in the 2008 election season. And that's how a variety and a number of people that were previously identified as Green Party candidates or members of campaigns for Green Party candidates ended up spending the next 10 years of their lives trying to prove they're not some other Democrat that got elected to office while they're not even allowed to vote. They're not allowed to have a lease. And they're sure as hell not allowed to go to court even after they've been kidnapped. Now, this was on her site, and there's no way to contact her. There's no email address to contact her. There's no comment form on her page. She's got one telephone number to one local office in her district. She doesn't even have a telephone number to her Washington, D.C. office. So later, when someone was threatening her, I had to contact her through her committee. Right? Did the people in her own committee get back to her about what I contacted them in regards to? Because she has a very, very specific and strategic correlation with my life. And rather than me getting what I need, she ends up getting a bunch of greens blue sheeted today. There is also a blue sheet on HRES 72. Now, HRES 91 is the inverse of 19. And 19 is a very important metric in a lot of regards. They literally, on this one, actually mention Marjorie Taylor Greene's name. You've literally got a blue sheet working on Marjorie Taylor Greene being stripped of committees, including the Committee on the Budget and the Committee on Education and Labor. You guys, this is a hate crime. This is a hate crime. I'm letting you know right now, what I'm seeing right now is a hate crime. What are you going to do? You're not allowed to do this, even as some sort of covert action. It doesn't qualify as a covert action. It's a hate crime. What are you going to do? I also want to point out right now, Green, certified green professional. Then there's something about the Dallas Builders Association, certified green cleaning, green business certification, green buildings, green restaurant association. Are you going to place options on visiting hate crimes on green business as part of your green energy initiative? Did you like our energy before you allowed us to be resilient seed in connection with hate crimes that you're committing under the auspices of congressional appropriations? Certified green partners, certified green products guide. You're not allowed to do this. You're not going to get cooperation just because those green girls looked so cute while they were walking down the street, marching in support of Mother Nature, because I saw what you did with the overlay and the pooled asset bases you allowed those drones to make digital duplicates of the next year during the Black Lives Matter protests. Did you hear me when I said this is a hate crime?